charitable arm of Vecna Technologies. So just 2 days ago, I found myself barefoot following a 10-year-old boy through about 10 meters of knee-deep water with my backpack on my back, praying that I would not fall in the water as I tried to get from one of our clinics to the other, because the rains have been here and the roads are bad and the piki couldn't make it across with me on the back. And I think it was one of those moments where I was just thinking, one, don't fall, and two, how did I get here? Like, how is this my life? And this was not what I planned at all. So I started college as a public policy major, and I was really interested in domestic social issues. But after 2 years, I really didn't like my classes, and I found myself switching to symbolic systems, which is a Silicon Valley specific interdisciplinary computer science-ish degree. So I graduated and was really confused about how to combine my two interests. I had an interest in technology, but I didn't want to be an engineer. And to be both broad and cliche, I wanted to make a difference and do something good. So luckily, about a year after I with Global Health Corps, and they were hiring for a fellow in Malawi to serve as a data manager for an electronic medical record project. And the NGO was serving HIV patients, and it was perfect for me. So within how things improve in almost every area except for apparently development. So I left the year really frustrated, having loved my year in Malawi, but really skeptical about whether I would be willing to come back to Africa and work in development. Like many of my friends, I found myself turning to the private sector, feeling like the private sector has its incentives and rewards more aligned, that the market puts pressure and makes it more transparent what organizations are succeeding and failing, even if it's under very narrow criteria. Luckily, I was able to find an opportunity that sort of spanned all of these things. I got to be a project manager for the charitable arm of a private technical company working on an electronic medical record project here in Africa. So early this year, I found myself packing up my bags in a few weeks again and moving back. So Vecna is an American private medical informatics and robotics company. And we have been working in the Transmara district of Kenya since 2009 on a project we call CliniPack. CliniPack is essentially a self-contained electronic medical record system. We have solar panels, one or more computers networked together, and biometric scanners, either fingerprint or palm vein. On the application side, we lead healthcare workers through an appointment with the patient, collecting data along the way. And that data can be used either individually for improved patient care or aggregated into reports that we disseminate at the district level and between clinics. So right now we're working to go completely paperless at 2 of our clinics in the OPD and MCH departments, and we're due for expansion to about 5 more clinics this summer. And we're also working on a project at the referral hospital in Zanzibar. So it's a really exciting time for us. One of the best things for me about working with Vecna is the fact that our projects are self-funded. When we first started a few years ago, there was an effort to pursue traditional routes of funding. And after seeing projects start and stop because funding went away, we decided we were just going to do it ourselves. And that's been so liberating, because I really feel like my work and my job is accountable to the right people. I'm accountable to my boss, and I'm accountable to the district health management team, the DHMT, and I'm accountable to the healthcare workers I work with and the patients that they serve. My time is spent on deciding what is best for our project and how we can move forward. I don't spend time chasing down weird indicators so that someone can put it on their website and feel good about themselves, or publish it in a research paper that I'm never going to read, or the results are never going to reach our patients again. And that makes me feel good about the work I do. I had a conversation with the DHMT just a few weeks ago where they said, "Aren't you part of a university? What do you need this information for? What are you collecting data for?" And I said, "I'm not collecting data for anything. I'm collecting data for you so that you can run your Ministry of Health reports at the end of the month." And they were surprised but pleased. And that was both really nice for me to be able to stand up there and say that and feel good about it, but also speaks a lot to the sort of model that everyone has come to expect about donors and aid and what we demand of our constituents, which is disappointing. So in addition to this accountability in the right places, we have the autonomy to do our programs right and to iterate and fail and adapt. This is a really harsh environment for people and machines, and to bring solar panels out, to bring computers, and see what lasts and see what doesn't last. To work with people who are not computer literate at all and figure out, do we need a touchscreen computer? Can you use a laptop? How much sun do I get during rainy season to run all of these machines? And to take step by step and be able to. There really is no health IT infrastructure right now, and very little capacity to take advantage of that as well. So as we come here, we bring infrastructure, whether that is computers or thinking about power or thinking about networks. We're able to lay the groundwork for either Vecna Cares to grow in the future, or eventually for Vecna Technologies to be interested in an African market and come here. There are challenges and to every model of working, and there are certainly ones that we face. And one of the most salient ones for me, though, is a custom. But there are problems which I believe can't and shouldn't be couched in terms of profit and business models. And so there's still a place for that. So the question is, what is the potential and what are the limitations for each of these models? What sorts of work should they be doing, and what are they most effective at? And I think as we think critically about that and apply that critically, that's the way that we can slowly and piecemeal move forward and make a difference. Thank you.